Hello everyone. If you're suffering from headaches and they're affecting how you feel, obviously how what your mood's like, how you're getting through your day, your concentration, your relationships, how you're relating to others, then stick around because we're actually going to go through 3 areas that are often missed when we're looking at sorting out headaches. It's Dr. Lisa and Dr. Britt.
Hi guys.
And we're chiropractors at Errol Street Chiropractic in North Melbourne. And we thought we'd chat to you about headaches because it is really annoying if you have suffered from headaches or you are suffering from headaches. It really does affect every aspect of your day. So these things that we're going to chat about is what we often see in the practice. And there obviously are many reasons for headaches.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we're ruling out anything nasty first. But the first thing that we're going to chat about is posture and the relationship between posture and headaches. And we're going to have a little chat about that today. So the posture really that we're talking about is what, Britt?
We're looking at that forward head carriage, so sitting with our head forward.
Yeah, so let's have a look at, there's obviously certain occupations where your head's going to be forward. There's obviously sitting at the desk, and if your setup isn't great, even if your setup is great, but you do need to get up often. So if you're not getting up often enough, or if you're looking down at a laptop or your setup's not great, then that may be causing that forward head carriage. And we'll chat about how that can cause the headaches in a tick. And obviously things like, children and we're seeing lots of kids even with headaches and adults that are on phones obviously and iPads, so away from work. It's a big one as well. Yeah. So what happens when we have that forward head carriage, and Britt was showing you that head. So normally the ear should be sitting in a very neutral posture over the midpoint of the shoulder. Now with that forward head carriage, then what happens is that we get tightening of the muscles at the back, that are going from the shoulders to the back of the head. And if you're in that prolonged position, then those muscles can get really tight and pull where they attach to the back of that skull and actually cause some headaches because of that constant pulling, because your head's heavy and your muscles are trying to pull you back. So that is one way. The other way
It's
too.
not very attractive posture either, is it?
No, it's not very attractive.
I didn't feel very powerful sitting like this.
Yeah. And if you look around right now, so just stop and have a look around if you're in an office or home or even outside, you will see 95% of the people in that posture.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that happens, so when we've got that forward head posture, now if you think about it, if your head is down like that, then if you're trying to look up at, say, a screen, then your head, or your actual head, has to tilt up. Okay, and that can cause some real jamming between the base of the skull.
I even felt it when I
neck.
was just doing that with my head. If you even just do that quickly yourself, you feel that jamming.
The other thing too is that when we've got that posture and we're looking up, we're also jamming some of those neck joints in through there, and then that can refer up into your head. So the thing with these kind of headaches is sometimes people will just feel the headache into the head. It could be at the back.
And very tender along that base of your skull as well. Yeah.
And it's generally at the back, but they can refer to the front as well, these headaches. And sometimes people will feel a bit of neck stiffness too, and then sometimes they won't feel the neck stiffness. So it's kind of hard for people to figure out where these headaches are coming from. The other thing too is with that poor posture, I just want to show you something. I've got an elastic band here. Now, as we were talking about those muscles attaching to the base of your skull, but even as we slouch, and even that slouching from that lower back, then we have muscles that go from the bottom all the way up to the top. So this is just an elastic band, if you can see it. Now, if I tense up one part of that elastic band, then that whole elastic band has got tension. So if we're straining that lower back and not sitting properly, that's actually going to pull all the way up to the top. So any posture potentially could be causing some of those problems all the way up the top. So first one is your forward head carriage. So that's just something to really start with being aware of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? So that's a big issue. The second one is issues in the actual joints of the neck.
Yeah.
So if those joints are jammed up and stuck, then that can be causing pain into
Absolutely.
that head. And we do see lots of people coming into our office, daily really, with these kind of headaches. So jamming up at the joints. Now these, you can get that stiff neck, and obviously we're talking about stiff joints, but that will correlate with with reduced range of movement. So if you find that you haven't got 90 degrees rotation, or you should really be able to get that 60 degrees flexion, 50 degrees extension, and 40 degrees side bend. If you're restricted, then you might have some issues with those joints.
Yeah.
So lots of things can cause these joints to tighten up, and Britt mentioned one before. It could be an occupational thing. It could be sitting at the desk, and this is the biggest culprit.
It's a big one.
Especially when people are, again, not sitting correctly. Their desk setup isn't great, but also little things like if they're working from two screens. We see this a lot. Yeah.
Just constantly kind of turning and tilting their head. Yeah.
And one way.
Yeah.
So lots of, one-sided
They're
kind
not
of work.
turning their body to look at the screen, or sometimes the screens aren't evenly placed, so they're just constantly.
This is a big problem, and this can slowly over time start to cause these issues in the joints. Car accidents, motor vehicle accidents, falls. These are all going to cause some whiplash injury, and that can really cause some buckling and jamming up of those neck joints, and then that potentially can be causing some headaches as well. And again, like Britt said, some people don't correlate the neck issue with the headache.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our job, to figure out if you do have some areas that are jammed. And the third one is the real old simple but often missed, water.
Absolutely.
So dehydration can really cause those headaches. It's one of the symptoms of dehydration is a headache.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a simple one to get on top of by drinking more water. Adults should aim for about 8 glasses a day.
Yeah.
And things like your tea, coffee, alcohol will actually dehydrate you.
Yeah.
So, you want to just limit those if you're having issues with headaches. So headaches are tricky. There are lots of different causes of headaches. And today we've gone through 3 very common ones that are really often missed. And that's your forward head carriage, causing that muscular tension and potentially that jamming of that skull and neck. When the neck joints are jammed up, that can cause headaches. And then obviously the dehydration. So in terms of what do we do to fix those things, well, we're really not going to go into all of that today. No. However, if you start to become more aware of your posture and make some corrections in your day-to-day life in terms of, and some of those things with certain work things you can't, but where you can help yourself, obviously your water intake if that needs to improve, and if your headaches are still persisting, then give your local chiropractor a call and find out if your headaches might be coming from your neck, and sort things out that way. So don't hang on to those headaches. I'm sure they're not fun for you.
No, and they're not normal. A
No.
lot of people say, I've just got a headache, that's really normal.
No, hang on, I've got a normal headache.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
No, there's no such thing as a normal headache. Yeah. All right, well, take care, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks,
See
Britt.
you guys. Thanks, Lisa.
Bye, guys.
Bye.